Hi everyone, my name is Camilla Colliander and I'm here today to talk with you about the new winds blowing in application security, how security champions can help, and most importantly, how you can become a security champion or start your career in security. But first, a bit about me. I live in Helsinki with my hubby and our cat Meelis. Our cat also frequently is seen in my daily meetings. In my free time, I love to cook, bake, and sing opera, sometimes all at the same time. My journey in computer science started by me taking a couple of years off to just figuring out what I wanted to do. I had no idea. I saw a computer science course at the Open University. And I started to think, this is interesting, I want to try it. And so I went. And it appeared that I actually loved it. I loved it so much that I decided to take the next course as well. And the next course. And the one after that. And this trend pretty much continued the whole year until I realized I had taken every single course available at the Open University. And this led me to go study computer science at the University of Helsinki. After that, I applied to application security team at Accenture as a summer intern, and I got in. And I also got a permanent position after that, first as an analyst and then as a consultant. What I want to stress with my journey is, I wasn't coding at 7. I wasn't building robots at 12. So I wasn't touched by an IT fairy. And this is true for everyone. IT, computer science, security are just skills that anyone can learn with practice. This is my grand statement today. The world of software development has become more agile, and security must change too, and we'll soon see why. In this picture, we have some groups that drive application security software development today. First, we have the customers who want flexibility. This also means interoperability. They want to use apps and features with different devices without any technical hassle. Then we have the development teams. They want change. They want to create new features and be inspired. This drive for new change sometimes can come with the cost of the flexibility. A very good example of this is when you buy a new device, a high-tech new device. And you notice that this awesome device now has a unique power cord. How annoying is that? That's change that's not included with flexibility, with what customers want. This drive for change can also sometimes come with the cost of stability. The business side of things, the operations, want stability. Stability can also mean different things for different people. For the customers, it can mean that the device or function is working as expected. For development, it can mean that the code isn't crashing. And for businesses, it usually means that the revenue stream is on stable ground. Finally, we have security. They want to protect customer data and enterprises. Stability has also been mostly a part of security often. Today, the first two walls of conflict are coming down with the help of agile development and DevOps. I'm not going to go into details what these two terms mean, but all you have to know for now is that they enable flexibility, change, and stability. This means that we can make some rapid changes for our plan in our development. But this also means that the old way of doing security serves today's software development poorly. This is because security was typically taken first into account in the planning phase. Then we would do all this development. And then finally, we would do the security testing before having a release. But if the plan is changing all the time, how do you ensure the security part? Taking security into account today only at the last minute has huge consequences. I want you to imagine that you're building a house. You've had the architect and the inspector look through the plan. But then as you're building the house, you start having second thoughts. Maybe you want to add a window. Maybe you want to remove a wall. Finally, when the house is finished, the inspector comes and takes a look at the house and sees that there are some fundamental mistakes caused by the plan being shifted all the time. How much money, how much energy, how much resources will you now have to pour into this already finished house to remove those fundamental problems? This same issue exists in software development today. So how can we enable flexibility, change, stability, and security all at the same time? The solution is that we take security in account in every single of each developing phase. First, we take security into account in the planning and design. For example, if you have a feature and you're moving it to cloud, what kind of security considerations should you make? You take security into account in development by using solutions, techniques, and frameworks that are known to be secure. There is no need to invent the wheel twice. Then you have to do enough security testing, included automatic security testing. This means that you can get feedback on your coding at the same time as you are coding it. So if you make a mistake and create a security vulnerability, you catch it early. And finally, we have the operations side of things. This includes security monitoring and maintenance. And so the circle goes on and on. Businesses that use this type of more agile method to do security have 20 to 30% faster development, have 30 to 50% less staff, and have up to 30 times less remediation costs when security vulnerabilities do arise. This plan sounds good, right? But it does have a flaw. Companies have a much more security team than the amount of applications they are responsible for. They rely on the development teams themselves to make a security request, to raise their hand and say, hey guys, this is what we are developing, this is what we are thinking about, how should security be a part of this? So on one hand, we have the security experts that know everything about security, but have a very poor visibility to the software being developed. Then we have the application teams that know everything about the software, but don't know when or how security should get involved. This is where security champions come in. Security champions bridge the gap between development teams and the security. Their goal is to increase the effectiveness and efficiency of secure software development, while strengthening the relationship between the different groups and security. They assist teams in each of the development phases that we just saw. So you might wonder, who can become a security champion? This might mean you could be a security professional, or you could be a coder from the development team who has taken an interest in security and has taken some basic security trainings. Security champions ensure that the teams follow security best practices. They update the business teams and development teams about new findings, new trends, and new regulations that come up all the time. They assist with security issues like designing secure solutions. And they empower teams to take more responsibility about their own secure coding by, for example, organizing security trainings. These are some typical challenges a security champion can help with. Companies usually have a limited in-house security support, as I just mentioned. But security champions as a role scales very easily to fill this gap, because we can use the people that already exist in the development teams. We can train coders to become security champions. Then we have stakeholders with very poor visibility to different teams and their security. A security champion bridges these gaps. What does this mean concretely? For example, a security champion can provide analytics on the security situations of a company. A concrete example: how many security vulnerabilities were found this month? How many were corrected? How long did it take to notice the error? Then developers can be unaware of security practices. Many companies already have existing security requirements, but those can be sometimes hard to understand. So security champions can help clarify those security requirements and how they should be included in the software development. Also, security champions can organize security trainings. For example, if you have analytics that a certain type of security vulnerability is more common than another, we can target that vulnerability by doing trainings focusing on that vulnerability to make sure that the amount of them decreases over time. Finally, when companies are moving to this more agile way of doing software development, it can sometimes be a struggle to figure out how security can be a part of this development. Security champions can help in forming this roadmap. Security champions can, for example, help to unify the ways of doing security in a company, to make sure that every team does security in the similar way. They can also help to make the security tools automated, and they can help software development teams on how to use them, how to include them in their daily lives, and how to involve security in their work every day. All of these things we've discussed so far help companies to move from the old way of doing security to the new one that enables flexibility, change, stability, and the security all at the same time. So, now you know what a security champion is and how they can help. But how can you become a security champion or start your career in security? First off, you need to figure out if security is for you. It's not for everybody. The best way to figure that out is to talk with people who do security. If you don't know anyone, you can ping me in LinkedIn. I don't mind. You need to also learn the basics of computer science, because you need to know how to walk before you're running. If you're a coder at a company, ask how security is done in your company. How could you get more involved? If there are other security champions already, you could, for example, ask if you could shadow them. That's a great way to learn new skills. Then you should also take some security training. There are a lot of totally free platforms on the internet, and I highly recommend you to test some. As the picture says, no superpowers are required. Anyone can become a security champion. All that you will need after all these points is to have the guts to apply. I want to thank you for your time today. We have a lot of security positions and internship positions open. If you're interested, please come and visit us at Accenture virtual booth. Thank you.